Ask Reddit by Stefan Rievetsky. What things are claimed to be stigmatized in media, but actually aren't in society? I have to say, wearing glasses and having braces. No one called me four eyes. No one called me tinsel teeth. Believe me, I was made fun of as a kid, but those weren't the reasons. I mean, from 6th grade on, everyone in my class had braces, and someone around IDK 7th or 8th grade a lot of people got glasses too. Wearing glasses. This is what I was going to say. 40 years ago, four eyes was a common insult, but today no one outside of the 2nd grade is really going to give anyone any guff for wearing glasses. Well, depends on the kind of glasses, really. Someone with soda bottle glasses is going to have to put up with some shit, but mostly from their friends. High school stereotypes. They scared the shit out of me until I got to high school. I was gonna say the whole popular kids and nerds versus jocks trope. I went to high school from 2016 to 2020. Obviously, some people were more popular than others, but everyone was generally cool with each other. As a nerd, I didn't have anything against athletes, and not all of them are dumb. There was a football player in my college credit pre-calc class. In-laws. Most people I know get on pretty well with their in-laws. I guess the reasoning is that you can't choose in-laws like with your spouse, but you can't be brutally straightforward with them like with blood relatives. So it can feel like being forced to share your personal life with co-workers. Slightly niche perhaps, but my kids always had trouble buying Father's Day cards for me because I didn't spend my evenings down the pub, fish or play golf. Plus siders, I never have to shop for socks. I have so many socks for various things they like, for example Star Wars, Spider-Man, etc. I still rock them. I'd classify this more as a Reddit thing than media, but doing stuff by yourself. Some people here get almost hysterical when they describe eating at a restaurant or seeing a movie by yourself. I guarantee you that if you're behaving normally, no one else gives the tiniest of shits if you went out by yourself. I'd say it's more an age thing. In my teens I'd rather be dead than go to the cinema or even to McDonald's on my own. Once you get over 30 you don't give a shit. I work nights, so I'd often go to the cinema in the afternoon on my own. I'll happily stop at a bar for a beer or some lunch on my own if I have an hour to kill. Nobody around you cares or even notices. Saying Merry Christmas. As an atheist, I have no problem with being wished a Merry Christmas. I'll even say it back to them. Christmas is more a secular holiday now for many people, and still something to enjoy, so there's no issue. Besides, the intent would be a friendly, positive one, so that is nice, and I take it in the spirit in which it was offered. They could also say hope you get a blowjob, and I'd be equally okay with that since they mean well, though I might be a bit startled. The use of the word fuck. We use it like a comma in Australia. Blue collar jobs sometimes are looked down upon in media, but in reality, skilled trades are often in high demand and well respected. I sometimes work with workers' comp attorneys. Every attorney I know is in awe of the stuff they can do. Electricians especially. Couples with very different attractiveness. Happens all the time IRL, and nobody actually says stuff. Not to their face, anyway. Being a nerd. Yeah, nerdiness might get you bullied in school depending, but a lot of nerd culture has just become part of, well, culture. I find this most annoying with elder millennials who still act like they're some sort of oppressed elite because they dare to like Mario. I was bullied for being a nerd in high school relentlessly, but once you get to the real world literally no one cares. LMAO. High school really isn't real life. Everything. The media likes to blow things well out of proportion to get a good story for people to follow and talk about. Most of the time, it's because of the media that many big problems are as big as they are. How many times in the last 10 years have we seen public backlash turn out to be 3 people on Twitter? Media acts like the internet is just cyberbullying, predators, scams, and dangerous illegal TikTok trends. They also act like a 12-year-old playing GTA is suddenly gonna want to actually steal cars and shoot people. Plain girls. She takes off her glasses and takes down her ponytail lol. Saying Merry Christmas nobody cares. Some will say Happy Holidays, or Kwanzaa, back, but no one ever gets upset. Source, cashier at Walmart for 11 years where folks are always pissed over something. Maybe wanting to stay single. Media portrays it as a desperate cry for love, but in reality, it's pretty liberating. Same as for being a single woman with multiple cats. Recent trend seems to be the blue bubble green bubble debate with iPhones and Androids. People apparently hate green bubbles and refuse to communicate with anyone if they have to send green bubble text messages. Have not met a single soul in person or even online who gives a shit. Lucky. I have. The bad guy in a lot of relationship movies is often the one everyone goes for in real life, whereas the protagonist is often who people avoid. The villain is often the stiff, responsible, high-power job guy. The hero is often some free spirit, quirky type, no life plan, extremely expressive, etc. Hollywood artsy types make themselves the hero. I would say it's having tattoos, piercings, etc. If people around are split 50/50, those who just glance and those who don't care, it doesn't mean that there is a stigma. Depends on the tattoos, and their location. Face and neck tattoos, that can't be covered by hair or a collar, are still highly stigmatized. A hell of a lot of facial piercings are, as well. Having freckles. When the fake freckles makeup trend was taking off, tons of people came out of the woodwork to complain about how unfair it was that they got teased for having freckles, and now it's a trend. I'm sorry, but unless you were physically and socially perfect in the eyes of your peers in elementary school, you probably got bullied for something arbitrary. For me, it was my big ears. I'm not going to sit here and whine about people stretching their ears and making them bigger. It's such a fake problem. I got made fun of for my thick eyebrows. Now they are on trend and I get compliments from those same people. Dads going to parks alone with their children. My dad used to take me, my sister, and my neighbor's daughter who she left with us for some reason to museums all the time, and absolutely nobody gave him any crap for it. One lady did think he was our grandfather, but that's the extent of negativity. Being short, as a man. Especially online, people have made such a mountain out of this particular molehill over the last few years. I've never met a woman who strictly dates men 6 and up, and my short mates get plenty of action. It's because men who are both short and unpleasant to be around are far more likely to attribute their lack of sex to one of those over the other. No one knowing what stigmatized means. Being a so-called nerd. Nobody cares if you like Marvel movies or anime, are interested in it, or if you play video games or read a lot. A lot of people are doing at least one of these things and it's nothing mentionable. I've never heard somebody say what a nerd. Going to the cinema alone. I hear Americans think that's weird, but nobody has ever called me out on it. Maybe they are too polite. Or maybe we Belgians appreciate alone time. The vast majority of my cinema experiences are alone. I never understood why this would be something to stigmatize.